Hello, my friends. So this is very exciting because I was really called to do a collective reading for this retrograde, and I'm hoping to do more of this in the group. So I have several decks here, and I'm gonna start with this Star Codes Astro deck, see what it says. When I first, this one, this was the first deck that I picked up when I was picking up the decks to do this reading. And I said, should I use this? And I opened the box and I looked at the bottom of the deck said retrograde. I was like, yeah, I should. So let's see what it says for us today. And this is for the collective, okay? Ah, okay. So it says Pisces, okay? And Pisces is, well, I'm pretty sure there's another planet in Pisces also at this time, but Pisces is very sensitive, and Pisces is very intuitive. So to me, what that means is that we need to be using our intuition, right? During this time. So whenever you're gonna make a choice, follow your intuition, follow your gut, follow if you don't feel if you feel something weird about it, just give yourself a minute. Give yourself a minute because that's the way your intuition speaks to you. Okay? All right. The next deck I have is Moonology here. See what it tells us. And then I'm going to use, I have a third deck, and then I'm going to use tarot to kind of pull it all together. Okay. All right. And it's new moon in Virgo. I don't know if you can see that. New moon in Virgo. And it says a time to give rather than take. Okay. So I'm thinking about, I'm sorry, they were talking to me. So the retrograde is to reevaluate, okay? To reevaluate. So if it's telling us Virgo, I should know, I'm a Virgo. It's very analytical and it's very detail oriented, right? And sometimes we are perceived as rather cold because we want our ducks in a row. Um, and we can seem egotistical because we want everything the way that we like it, but we're very giving, okay? So I think right now is about reevaluating how we do things. So we don't feel as because we want to be the center of our universe, because each one of us are, we can reevaluate how we are perceived by others, which doesn't mean that you have to change who you are or lower your standards or anything like that. Okay. It's about perception. Retrogrades are about perceptions, right? It looks like the planet is going backwards, but it's not. It's an optical illusion, right? We talked about this in the Monday's video. So it's about others' perception. It has nothing to do with changing who you are or what you want. It's about the other's perception, okay? Why would this be important? Because I really, I am who I am, and some people like me, some people don't like me, and that is okay, right? And I don't put a lot of weight on how people perceive me, because you can't please everybody. But sometimes in life, that perception can make our lives a little easier. So I think that's where this is going. Okay. So how are we feeling right now? How are we feeling, the collective? Disappointed, disappointed, disillusioned, defeated, let down. So there's a boy that just lost his balloon, right? So do we feel that we have lost an opportunity, lost the person, missed an opportunity, missed the person, Um, do we feel disappointed that we should be in another space in our life? We should be ahead in our career. We should be better financially. All those shoulds, right? That's how we feel. Now, let's look at, how does the universe wants us to feel during this retrograde and moving forward? Inspired, inspired, moved, stimulated, and challenged. Okay. So instead of feeling disappointed, let's look at those things that we feel that we missed, those opportunities that we missed, those things that we lost. What is the gist of it? Okay. How can we have a do-over? Because this is what the universe is giving us, an astrological do-over, to think about, to rethink, to reevaluate, to look at all those things that we have missed from a different perspective, right? Because all of this is an optical illusion. It's about perspectives. Okay. I'm loving this. I am absolutely loving this. Now I have tarot here, and this is my very first deck. Is so old, but I love it. So it's so soft, and I love it. I have a lot of tarot, and somehow I keep going to my very first one, and it's just a regular red and white tarot. I thought there was a card in there. It's not. Okay. Um, so let's see. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay. So there's the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cup pages are children. And children, what do they bring? They bring new energy, right? It's a brand new person. It's a brand new, they're full of opportunity and energy. Okay. And this is a cup, right? With a little fish inside. But the story of this card is that we don't know if the fish is coming in or leaping out, right? And this to me represents all those dreams, all those opportunities that we feel we lost. Okay. So look at it from a different perspective. Put in new energy. Look at it as a new opportunity to be inspired to do something different. We have been disappointed by our vices, by our toxicity, by those relationships that are not the best. Change the perspective. Change the perspective, because if we feel stuck in a situation, we need to start thinking about how can we move away from those situations to be truly happy, to embody the person that we want to bring in, to manifest. We cannot just wait for the universe to say, here's a new path to start walking on it. We need to create it. We need to co-create it with the universe. So we need to start thinking, planning, being inspired, right? To think about what are the steps that I need to take, even if it's teeny tiny baby steps. Start taking those steps away from that toxicity, right? Whatever it is. It can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be a job, it can be a neighborhood, it can be a country, it can whatever it is, right? It can be a thought pattern. We need to start taking the steps. We need to take action, right? And then we have the King of Cup, but it came out in the reverse. And the King of Cup in the reverse is somebody that doesn't have a good hold of their emotions, okay? And it's manipulating. It's manipulating. So we want to stay away from that. All of us do this. All of us manipulate in some way, okay? That's just part of the human trait, okay? We want our way. And sometimes we manipulate in a positive way. Like you could try to do the best job you can to impress your boss because you want a promotion. That's manipulation, but in a positive way, right? But this is about not having a hold of your emotions. So let's gather, okay? Let's ground, let's clean and change our perspectives and try to look at our emotions, our feelings, and try to change the perspective again and put them in a positive spin, put it in a positive way. All right. And then the last one, it's the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords in the upright position is something leaving. Okay. So this is coming back when it's in the reverse as it came out. It's coming back. And this is what retrograde is all about. It's coming back to ourselves. It's coming back to us. It's coming back to our core. Okay. So there's a lot of things for us to think about here. Whatever we're being disappointed about, change the perspective we look at it. It's about being inspired. It's about taking action for ourselves. Okay. It's taking those steps to not feel as a victim, but feel as a warrior. Feel like I'm going to take charge of this. And it's about co-creating with the universe. It's not just waiting for the universe to hand me something, but I'm going to show the universe that I'm serious about this. And I'm going to start taking little steps, going to start by changing my perspective, look at it from a different point of view, and start taking my baby steps to start embodying what I've been wanting so bad. Okay. I love it. I love it. So this is the reading for the collected for you and for me too. And tell me if this has resonated with you. Tell me what are the things that you have missed? What are the things that you want to bring back into your life? And what are some of the steps that you want to take? And I'll see you in the group.